Hello and welcome to hankgames without Hank. My name is John Green, manager of the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys. Quick update, Bald John Green, has broken his elbow and will be out for 2 months. I know what you're saying. I saw the injury and he was holding his knee. I agree. You don't have to convince me that it didn't look like a broken elbow. Oh, God, we're up against a ginger. And it's the FA Cup. It's a win-or-go-home competition. It's very simple. We win or we go home. Unless we tie, in which case I think we play them at Wigan. But we're going to try to win. Player to watch, John Green, 6'1", 189 pounds. I wish. 25. I really wish. But he's going to be a big player for us today. Look at that beautiful stash. Just everything that you could ask for in a mustache, except for most of the things that you could ask for in a mustache. As you can see, we're led by Mr. Managerino, and we've got our strongest possible 11, given the fact that Darius Charles is out with a broken butt, and John Green is out with a broken elbow? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, also, you don't need an elbow to play soccer. Just put a cast on it and get out there, John Green. But he said no. Update on the Dean Parrott situation. He's still very unhappy, but he hasn't technically left the team yet, whereas 3 players have left the team. They were all, not terribly important characters, so I don't think you'll miss any of them, but it's an exciting, nerve-wracking situation here. Win or go home. Also, we have a problem. It comes from Chris, who donated the Project for Awesome. Thank you, Chris, and writes, my problem is that I might live a very, very long time. Advances in medicine and technology make super long life, or at least consciousness, a real possibility. What should I do to prepare for that? How do you think we'll handle it as a species? Chris, I am significantly less enthusiastic about super long lifespans than some people are. Partly because I think that the emphasis that we should have as humans right now is on expanding the lifespans, I prefer the term health spans. I really like that term because, of course, what you want is not to live, for 300 years in like chronic pain. You want to live healthfully for however long you want to live. You want it to be, up to you instead of up to biology, I guess. I do think that it is an interesting problem and a real problem. I don't think that your problem is one to ignore. And I think thinking about this stuff and talking about it. Oh no! Oh God! We've given up an early goal against Wigan. They're very excited, Mr. Whitehead. Very excited, doing a really silly celebration. I'm upset, and I'm angry. It's only 9 minutes and 55 seconds into the game. I thought we could maybe hold on to a 0-0 for longer than that, but I'm also focused. Just because we don't have Bald John Green doesn't mean we can't win this game. 1-0 down to 2-1 up. That's the way we're going to raise the FA Cup. That wasn't good. I believe in us. I believe in our ability to do this. We did it with Swindon. I remember that special day, and I believe that we can do it right now with AFC Wimbledon. We can still make it to round 4 of the FA Cup. That's a nice pass to Vinny Thrill, and then to Lyle Taylor. Lyle Taylor dancing. Too much dancing, Lyle. Not a problem he has in real life. He's a very direct player in real life, which is something I appreciate about him, and I don't know why I don't take advantage of who he is as a player. I think that the focus should be on expanding the health spans of the most vulnerable people on Earth and expanding those lifespans rather than some like trickle down life expectancy where we improve the life expectancy of people in rich countries to like 150 or 200 years, but life expectancy doesn't go up at the same speed in poor countries or among less affluent communities. I just think that to me is the moral imperative rather than like somehow escaping death. Not to say that there isn't potentially some value in trying to, of course, lengthen the health spans of extremely wealthy people. And it may be that the ways that we come up with to expand the lifespans of healthy people will apply equally, or wealthy people will apply equally to poor people. It's just that that's never happened before. So I want that to be a consideration, for much of the world. Life continues to be, like the main drivers of death continue to be communicable diseases or easily preventable causes of death, right? Like, as long as we've got, many countries in which in which the maternal mortality rate is over 1%, as long as we've got many communities in which the child mortality rate is over 5%, I just can't get that fired up about investing in living forever when we can be investing in, in saving children's lives. That said, I don't think they're mutually exclusive. And I don't think that like progress on one front means that we can't make progress on the other. So I don't want to sound like too much of a naysayer. I am not super confident in our ability to solve the aging problem in the next several decades, because we've long thought that we were on the edge of solving it, and we've long been wrong. And I think that is likely to continue. Aging is super complicated, and cellular problems at the cellular level have proven pretty hard to solve. That we may be on the edge of... Oh, that's got to be offsides. Whew, I'm in an unnecessary slide tackle on everything. All right, I mean, obviously things are not going great. But I still believe that we can win this game, or at least tie it, he said, hedging his bets. I just, like, there's not a ton of space out there right now, but we're getting the ball up to Lyle Taylor. That's good. And then it's halftime. Right. So the other way that this might happen is that there might be some way to upload your consciousness. There might be some way to, make your consciousness permanent through the magic of computing. Like, computers are getting faster and more complicated, and neural networks are getting better really, really quickly. And it might be that there is some way to do that. I am not personally interested in that, because I want to have the off switch, and I understand the biology of this kind of life in a way that I just don't understand the biology of, artificially created life or artificial intelligence life. And I don't want to be in the generation that's figuring that stuff out with like an early stage. Basically, like, I've read enough William Gibson novels to not want that kind of life. It's just not for me. I like having a body. I didn't always feel that way, but I do now. And I would be. I think it's just not. It's not what I want from life. So it's not going to be for me. That doesn't mean it's not going to be for anybody, though. As for what you should do to prepare, I think you should. It's got to be. Oh, no, how did it not go in, and how are we not following it up? Guys, come on, we're in a crisis. That's frustrating, because it was a really promising situation. It's got to be said, that was promising. That's Lyle Taylor. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, man, that was close, but it didn't happen for us. Whitehead's coming off. Danny Whitehead, he had a really good goal there. We never score from corners. Come on, boys. Come on. We never score from corners. We really don't. All right. We're going to make some substitutions as well. They're not the only team that can substitute. We can do that. We know how to do it. We're good at it. People say we can't substitute, but we can. All right, it's John Green. He's fast enough. Is he strong enough? He's strong enough. Cross it into the box. Oh, it's not deep enough. Frustrating. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch to a 4-4-2 flat. And then we're going to obviously we're going to keep John Green in the game. We're going to put Bartram in the game. This is going to be a big change, but I think Bartram's already in the game. He's just being played out of position. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to take off Oreo baskets, put Frankham there. This is like Watch how I get Oreo baskets out of this game. I'm going to do it. I'm going to find a way. Boom, did it. All right, so I think that is our best chance to win the game, or at least to get a goal. To put Lyle Taylor and John Green up front together, and we'll do that for like 20 minutes and see if we can make some magic happen. 4-3-3 was working really well for us, but it hasn't worked the last couple games, and I think it's time to accept that and try to see if we can get a goal. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, my God. So the first thing that I think you need to do to get ready for this possibility that you're going to live 200 years is make sure that you have some pretty good insurance. That I think will be useful. I think it's going to be super weird when marriages start like regularly being like 70 or 100 years long instead of 50 years long. I think there's going to be all kinds of weird. I do think that human lives will get longer, and I think it will have weird consequences that we don't know about yet. But yeah, I would get some long-term care insurance. That's the first thing that I would do. Oh God, that was awful. I'm a big believer in that anyway. And yeah, so that's the number one way I would solve your problem. And then the second thing is that I would think about what kind of life I want to have. Like, does it interest you to like be in an early artificial intelligence consciousness uploading experiment, or is that like probably not of interest to you because you've seen enough horror movies to not want to be in that game? I don't mean that to be a judging question at all, because I do think I don't know how long we are away from this stuff, but the speed at which computers are changing is pretty impressive. And the speed at which our lives are changing as a result of computing is really remarkable. If you think about the fact that 10 years ago, almost nobody had a smartphone, and now it's not just that everybody has a smartphone, it's that everybody's smartphone feels like essential to their lives. I've been fouled by a person with a terrible haircut. I have every opportunity. Oh God, I'm so bad at penalties. Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. 85th minute. I have a chance. Oh, I mean, it was just a horrible foul. He just got right in the middle. I was about to go score. This is going to be Lyle. Oh boy. Okay, it's going to be Lyle. Come on, Lyle. Oh my God. Meredith, they've got a guy named Max Power. I've got to look into Wigan's Max Power. Okay, Lyle. I can feel the pressure. Oh, it's a really good penalty, and it's a 1-1 draw, and we're still in the FA Cup. I love it. And Lyle Taylor just did a nice reversey Woomby. What's that called? A somersault. Yes, or a reversey Woomby. Both, I think, are technically acceptable. Admittedly, it only went in because the goalkeeper went in the wrong direction. It wasn't that good of a penalty, but it was good enough. I mean, I just wanted to make sure I was going to hit the target, because I previously had them go off the post, and that we couldn't do. So anyway, it's the 87th minute now, and are we going to get a last-second winner, which would be incredible, or are we going to get a replay again? Oh, Lyle Taylor was trying to be fancy there. Are we going to get a replay against Wigan, which I think would also be acceptable, or are we going to lose the game in the last second, which would be a real bummer, I guess is how I would describe it. That's not a bad time to pass to John Green. And then John Green, this guy he knows he can't foul you. Cut back, pass. Not there. Oh, obviously I wanted the cutback pass. So many goals are scored these days with cutback passes. It's the most, was I fouled? Or is the game over? Friends, I think the game is over, unless that was itself the replay, in which case we're going to extra time. Let's see. We're going to extra time. That was itself the replay. Nope, we're not. I'll see you next time. Hey, good luck on living forever, but hopefully not forever. Just like maybe like 200 years, 160. Best wishes.